We are going to be talking about Match Table Grid next. Match Table Grid is an item only assessed in grade 8, English 1, and English 2. It's tricky, and it's going to ask students to show proficiency on a number of skills, a number of different possible skills, just like all the other new item types. And I think the easiest way to break this item type down for students is to teach them how to read across this first row, because that's going to direct their thinking. So if I were just to start by reading this first row and this first item, I see that I'm going to be given several sentences, and I need to determine if each sentence either shows how something something or does not show how something something, and go ahead and provide a check mark. So for example, in this item, students are given a little bit of textual evidence from a paragraph, and they need to decide whether each sentence shows how Saul's comment to Atticus supports the theme. So does each sentence show how it supports theme or does not show how it supports theme? And so students need to make a decision, yes or no, on the theme. Another example here, I'm going to teach my students to read across that first row. That I know from that they're going to get details from the story, and they need to determine if that detail should be included in the summary or should not be included in the summary, and make that decision for every single detail provided. Right? So you can see how that kind of simplifies what is being asked of students. This is an example from English 1. I need to read across the first row. I need to figure out if each detail develops the theme or does not develop the theme. And then, of course, I need to always go back and make sure to read the full stem so that I understand what I'm being asked about. So things to know for Match Table Grid. There are possible 1 to 2 points. And we have directions for how to build this in both Canvas and Eduphoria. Something to consider for building Match Table Grid in Canvas. Canvas does not yet have something that looks exactly like the Match Table Grid we see in STAR, but as you can see, we can build something that asks students to do the same kind of thinking. It will look different though. So what I've done is I built an item where the students have to decide whether each detail develops a theme, just like we saw in our examples from STAR. So here are all the different details from the story I've listed, and then I created a pull down where the students have to decide does not develop the theme or does develop the theme. And I can show you what that looks like as a builder. So I'm in quizzes, right? And I've building a quiz. And then within quizzes, I built an item using the matching type of item in Canvas. And there you can see what it looks like on the teacher end. So these can be built in Canvas. Eduphoria does a much better job of emulating exactly what students will see in STAR. You have directions there for Eduphoria.